Hey guys, welcome back to Matty's workshop. Finally found a project I should have done a long time ago. Just a simple carriage lock for the lathe. I could have used one the other day, and I think I said that in the last video, but I haven't got one, so not for this lathe anyway, so now's the time. I cut this piece off. I just cleaned it up for a job I was going to do a while ago and just never got around. It's been floating around, so instead of going to buy something or just going to make it so it works out of this. So as you can see, it's roughly the same dimension, 50mm long. It's probably going to be a fraction shorter than that by the time I clean the edges up. Just a simple V in it, 90° included angle, 4mm gap here, so it'll fit over the V-ways, 6mm cap head bolt, cap head screw, pull this bottom base up, little raised bit there so it will pull up tight under the bed, 10mm hole to take the indicator. May lift that hole up a little bit so I can put a bolt underneath here, an adjustable bolt, so if I want to make it a hard stop. The width is about 20mm wide, so roughly. So this will be another mix of imperial and metric, like all my jobs. Oh, it's about 23mm wide there now, so I'm just gonna, I'll just put a new grind on a tool, on a hone, so I'm gonna clean all this off, get it all nice and smooth, get all the edges. I've got a fair bit to take off it, so probably looking at taking about 20mm off it, so there's a fair bit of machining to do to get that off. Could cut it off with the grinder and clean it up, but there's no fun in that. Rather sit there for a couple of hours on the shaper, it's more fun. Like always, all dimensions are subject to change, which is probably going to happen before I even start. So anyway, I'm going to get this cleaned up in the shaper and then colour it in and draw it out to what I want on the material and start hacking away at it. So I'm just simply going to clean up this side, flip it over and square it up. It's pretty close, and then I'm just going to clean the sides up then. So I don't think I'm going to bore you with all that. So I'll bring you back probably a few clips of just cleaning up all the sides. I've cleaned up all sides. I've only just skimmed the edges. Just took a file to them two corners because they're going to remain. It's probably a little bit hard to see, but see where I've marked out bottom line here, so this is all waste. Marked out the V, and a little step in there. Up here is where the indicator will sit in, just with a little set screw. Down here is probably where I have a threaded hole for a hard stop on the carriage. So I've got to try and work out a way to cut all this off, because that's a fair bit of cutting on the shaper. I was going to do it on there, but Yeah, probably a bit too much. And if I cut this off, I'll be able to use that to make the little bottom piece. Not try and find another bit of material. So I hope that sort of half makes sense. So I'm going to go and work out a way to cut that off. Not too sure if you can see the line in the camera back there, but it's about 2.5 mil to come out or come off. The school bus has just gone past, so looks like it's inside for birthday cake. The young fella turned 10 today, so dare say she shut shop shortly. Hello, birthday boy.
Hi.
How are you, mate? What'd you get?
Spotlight.
Got a new, the young fella got a new spotlight. We'll have to have a look at this. The young fella got a new spotlight for his birthday. Going in the right way, mate?
Yep.
Which way's that going?
Pink.
See, it's got the 2 bars down here.
Okay.
Gonna line it up with...
It should be the middle. Trace it by the middle bars.
Almost like that, you'd reckon.
Whoa.
Trying on the bench. Not bad, mate. How was school?
Good.
Young fella's first day back at school too, and it's his birthday. How was your teacher? Did she have a good holiday?
Yeah.
That's good. How much work did you do?
None.
Why?
Because it's the first day back.
Very good. Suppose it's time for cake now, is it?
Yeah.
Righto, mate. 23th hour to take off now, and then we're down to 29 mil, like I've sort of half measured up, sort of half taken that as a plan. So should be down to final dimension for the main body anyway. So they must have got a fires flared up somewhere. They've been running back and forth all day with a bucket again. It's just going over again there. You can probably hear that on the camera. So I was shooting for 29 mil. Yeah, 2903, that'll do. Not bad. Okay, we're set up to go. I just couldn't quite get it sit quite right. This vise is pretty worn. I should have really put the new vise back on, but what I've done is I've put a tiny bit of copper wire in there, so it's sitting hard then on the parallels. I've touched off, so we're right to go. I think. Start hacking this out. That's I'll give that tool a good hone. So hopefully we should get a good cut. It's going to take a while, but so be it. I just want to get it over here and establish this line. Then I can set an indicator up, I think, and run it to the indicator. I just thought I'd show you this. To take that amount of material out, it's probably no more than probably 10 minutes work, if that. Last pass. There we go. Pretty good. Okay, I'll take it all out and clean up, and then I've got to raise it up to put the V in it, so I've got to put some higher parallels. So I'll be back shortly. Maybe tomorrow, actually. It's getting a bit late in the day, so. What I've done here, I've taken it out of the vise. I've remarked the V. I've set it up higher on parallels again. So what my plan is here, you can see that tool I'm using, it's fairly well pointed. I've already ground and honed it in. I'm going to bulk out the majority of it, and then I'll kick the compound on a 45 each direction, and then cut the final section, cut the final angle in. But for starters, I'm just going to bulk out the material, get rid of most of it anyway. It's going to be a little bit fiddly. I'll set an indicator up on this side, so I no real need to really, actually, come to think of it. Just going to have to do it all by eye. No doubt I'll make a mistake here somewhere. I was going to do this in the mill. It's not as much fun. See that's the bulk of the V out. It's pretty darn good. Let's get a scribe. I'm going to put a box out section in here with a 4mm box out section. So it'll take a little bit of fiddling, but I might just tilt this tool over a bit so this side's vertical and I can run down that face across a touch, and I'll tilt the tool over again, come down across this face, and that'll hopefully put that little box section in. I'm hoping I can get away with that. So I'll do a bit of setting up and I'll bring this back. Just feeding manually at the moment. Trying to keep an eye on what's going on. I have set an indicator up on this other side and over here. Just down in here, we see it at a 0. That's the edge of the line. Okay, yeah, it's time to start fiddle around with this tool and get it kicked back the other way to cut this other side in. I may even cut this 45, which will give me a touch more room to get in and cut the bottom edge of that corner. So I may even do that now. Just show you that I've got that. It's close to 45. It does flicker between 45.05. I've just started making the first cut here, so hopefully I've given myself enough travel in the compound. So we'll keep going and see how we fare out here. Damn nice if you ask me. Okay, I'll swap the compound over now, get it facing the other way at 45, and then I'll cut this edge. Then I'll worry about that little piece in the bottom last, I think. Sorry about that, I forgot to hit the record button. I've only done one pass. Yeah. I'm just going to sneak over another 5 there. See how that cleans up now. I'm going to call it there. That's taken the lines, just scraped the lines off both sides. So now I'll square the compound up and the clapper box and cut that rest of that pocket out in the middle there. There we have it. I finished off that little section in the middle there, which didn't turn out all the best, but the V turned out quite good. As far as I'm concerned, it came out pretty good overall. Now what I have to do is determine where the indicator is going to sit. Put a 10mm hole, and hopefully have enough hole to put, say, a 6mm stud that I can use as a threaded hole as a hard stop. And then this is the piece that I cut off the bottom of it, of this block. I have marked that out. So it's like comes across there, down and across to there. So that's the piece there. I've got a machine out of this, and then that will sit underneath there. That little end bit, little raised bit section there, it's about 2mm high, I think. That's what'll be so the stud will be through the middle, and that's what will pull up on, like a little hinge type piece. So pulling up under the bed. Just bulking the top off this next piece now. Just getting it down to, what I done, I increased the dimensions of the height by 2mm. So instead of being a 6mm, it's gone to 8, and 8's gone to 10. So I don't know whether you remember back, but earlier in the video when I was explaining this piece, just thought I'd make it a bit beefier. I took the tool out and gave it a really not good hone. I thought I'd take a 50, because I could take 70 thou in total. So I dialed in 50, and I thought it was cutting really easy actually, so I thought I'll reset the tool to 0 again up top and dial in 70. So There we go. So it's 70 thou. Set the camera down here for a sec. We'll take all that off. So we dialed in at 70. Just going to catch up there. That's 70 thou right there. You've got a nice sharp tool. It's amazing what it'll peel off in one go. Like it's not a big step over, it's only a 5 thou step over, but still that's a fair bit of material out of a little machine. That's what we ended up with. So that's the way it's going to sit. And when you do the screw up, which if I can balance it all here, I'm not going to be able to balance it real well. This is just to show you. That'll pull up on that. Pull up on that just a fraction and keep it tight on the ways. Now I could just use that Allen key or that bolt there, but then I've got to chase around have a Allen key all the time, which sort of annoys the crap out of me in a way. So I'm thinking about machining up a stem. This comes out the top just with a little piece around, a bigger round piece on the top, and then having a little T-handle on here that'll slide. So with a couple of brass features on the end of it. That's what I'm thinking about doing anyway. So to drill this hole, I'm going to clamp them like that. So it's all flush there. Drill the hole so both the holes are aligned properly. Got to make sure it's dead in the center, absolutely in the center. Hopefully we get it straight. So that's where we're up to. So it didn't come up too bad, considering Shaper done a good job. So I was only going to make this 6mm, but it turned out to be about 8mm, which I'm sort of happy it did, because it would have been a bit, just wouldn't have looked right, I don't think. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. Mark it out now for the hole and drill a hole in it for the bolt. It would just be a 6mm thread, that's all it's going to be. Anyway, mark her out.